Yeah. Yeah. Hi, all. Good morning. So, welcome to Data Analytics and Business Intelligence course. So, today we are going to discuss about the project, the live project. So, before we directly jump into the project, so we get the project from the managers, from different types of managers that are working in organization. So usually we get the project from the clients. So those who look at the key account managers, those who look at the complete heads, the general managers or the finance managers or the credit managers. Today we received the project from the account key managers of the pharma sales. So before we get the mail, so we have the conversation with meeting with the client. So they explain everything, every details in such a way that their requirements, their expectations, and the key responsibilities, and what are the expectations, and who are going to look at this project or the report from the client side. So this is what, and in the conversation or in the meeting, they explain their requirements, and after their explanation, they shoot the mail to us, to the business intelligence developer or to the manager, data analytics manager. So after the client meeting, so we received mail from the client stating that, "Hi Chandra, as we discussed, please go through the document below for project details. Please reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns. And warm regards." So we got from Michael Clark, key account manager, Pharma Sales, so New Jersey, and the logo. So this is what the format, actual format of the clients or whatever the managers they maintain. So let me download this. So let me download this. Uh, yes, it is downloaded. So let me click on. So let us see what we have it in here. Let's see what we have it. So we have got the project from the say Pharma Sales Analytics dashboard. So they just named by themselves. Okay, they just named that Pharma Sales Analytics dashboard. They want to see. They named it, and we received the project from the Kipla. So Kipla is the leading global pharmaceutical company. And let us see what do we have in the next slide. So at Kipla, we constantly work towards ensuring access to high quality. I mean, they have been serving. Uh, I mean, Kipla is a pharmaceutical company which manufactures the medicines and drugs, and it exports and imports throughout the world. And what is the project preview or overview? So they want to see the primary goal of this project initiated by Pharma Sales Account Manager is to gain clear and actionable insights into the sales performance of the pharmaceutical products across different regions, customer segments, and supplier. Okay, they get the products, the raw material from the supplier, and they manufacture the drugs, and from there they export it to the different types of different regions and different countries throughout the different segments. And the dashboard is intended to support the account manager's responsibilities by considering key sales data into an intuitive and interactive format, enabling them to track product trends. Okay, they are explaining in here, enabling them to product trends, evaluate market penetration, and monitor the effectiveness of distribution channel. It also assists in identifying underperforming areas, optimizing sales strategies based on the real-time performance metrics, and ultimately, the goal is to strengthen client relationships, drive revenue growth, enhance strategic decision making through greater visibility and control over the sales pipeline. So, in the project overview, directly or indirectly, they are expecting us to work on the revenue. So, what is the main thing? Revenue by different types of attributes. So, how they are earning, how they are making revenue. So, the project overview: pharma company Kipla enables sales and marketing team to analyze drug performance and the scope, sales trends, regional performance, supplier, and revenue forecasting. They also want to see the revenue forecasting, what they can forecast in the future. So, what do you say? What is the theme of the project? So, in within 2 minutes, what do you want to explain to the client? Okay, that is revenue forecasting. And what is the business goals? The next slide is business goals. So track how different drugs products are performing across markets. Understand which regions or zones are performing, are well or underperforming, doing well or underperforming. Identify top suppliers and flag inefficiencies in the supply chain. Support sales planning and revenue forecasting using historical trends. Improve accountability and performance across the commercial ecosystem, sales, supply chain, and marketing. So the sales team is involved, supply chain team is involved, and marketing team is also involved from the client side in this project. And the last one is automate the report refresh every day. And the next one is what kind of files are we going to get, or what kind of a data do we have it? So the first one is linked drugs. Okay, so what do we have in here? So drug ID, a unique code assigned to each drug for identification in the linked drug file, or in the sheet, or in the Excel, or whatever the data source that we have it. In the linked drugs, so we have these kind of columns: drug name, the name of the drug; category, the class. So which category it is falling under? Is it antifungal, antiviral, or antibiotic? Manufacturer ID, a code representing the manufacturer of the drug, and the expiry date. So each and every drug or whatever the product that we take in the world has the expiry date. Okay, it's like validity. So best before 6 months, or best before, you see the manufacture date and the expiry date when you buy any product. So it is also the same thing. And the next one is linked manufacturer. So what do we have in here? Manufacturer ID. So it is a unique code that identifies each drug manufacturer. So manufacturer name, country, I mean, this is manufacturing country. Okay, and production capacity. For example, if you take the capacity of a machine, how much tons, or how much liters, how many liters that a machine can produce. Okay, if you see water plants, how many liters of water it can produce, or it can clean the water, it can filter the water. That is production capacity of a machine in the manufacturing plant. And is it approved? FDA. So whether it is a US FDA, or whether it is a certified or not certified, or approved or not. And the next slide, we have supplier information. So we have supplier ID. Who is supplying? For example, what? For example, if you see any pharmaceutical industry in the world, they manufacture the end product, the drugs. But for manufacturing any drug, so for example, if you take any drug, so for medicine, it is a combination of components, or it is a combination of chemical compositions. So two or more components are the chemicals that they need to combine, and for that the end product will be manufactured. So those products, if you take any grocery store itself, it doesn't have all the groceries they manufacture. They get it from the supplier get it from the farmers. The farmers, they they supply those products to the vendor. Okay, cold storages, if you have seen the hubs or the warehouse, so that is supplier. Who is supplying? So name of the supplier, region, supplier region, and whether they are delivering it on time or not. The suppliers, when we order something from when we order the product or the chemical from the supplier, whether they are supplying it on the correct date or not, and it is mentioned in the percentage. And preferred, if they are supplying it on the right time, then it is named as yes. If not, no. So that we can get to know that, okay, these suppliers are supplying on time, so that we are manufacturing it at the right time. If they are not supplying, we are lagging in the manufacturing. Okay, that is what supplier. Inventory. So you have manufactured, okay, you have manufactured something, and from that manufacturing, the end product gets into the inventory. Simple like a hub. For example, if we have ordered something from the Amazon or from any e-commerce, so they get the product into the hub, into the district. From there, it will be delivered into the end user. So inventory is like a hub, storing the products. So we have unique identifier for inventory records. So drug ID, we have supplier ID. So what is the stock? The important thing here is stock quantity of drug. So how much quantity, how many units are in the inventory, and what is that is stock level, and what is last restock date, the date where they have received the product on a particular date. It is last restock, stock, restock. So when the stock is completed, they need to get the restock. Okay. So that is what restock date, the last date where they received the products, the drugs. And the next one is sales agent. So what is a sales agent? So we have ID of the sales agent and the sales representative name. So the sales agent are the candidates, are the representative agents. They look after whether these products are getting sold or not. Simply like the sales agent in the organization. So where they look at the sales. Hope you have understood. Okay. And the next one is pharma sales. So hope, I mean, this one looks like pharma sales 2022 to 2024. This one looks like a fact table. The above tables are the dimension tables. So what do we have in here? Sales ID, unique identifier for each sales transaction, drug ID, and sales representative ID, distributor ID, region, which region are we selling? This is a selling region. Okay, we have three types of region, I think. So we have a manufacturer region, supplier region, and sales region. Customer type. So whether it is a hospital, are we selling these products, these drugs or medicines to the hospital, or the retailers, or the pharmacies? If you have seen the pharmacies in our locality, Apollo Pharmacy or some other part of Netflix. So these are all the pharmacies that we have it. Okay. The customer type, whether we are selling it to the hospital or retailer or the pharmacy. And the channel type, sales channel. So whether we are getting online, direct or wholesale. Units sold from the inventory. Once we got something, the product from the inventory, how many units are sold? The units of the quantity of drugs, units sold in the transaction. And the next one is unit price. So what is the selling price of per unit? Per sheet, if you take a drugs, okay, there will be like 10 tablets or 15 tablets, or you find it in a box, okay, which contains 50 or 60. So probably that is a unit, and each unit has a selling price. And the next one is discount. So how much discount is applied to the transaction? So whether it is a percentage or the value. Let us see, do we have it in the percentage or we have it in the value? Sales date. Which date the product has been sold? The units are being sold. Invoice number. So which is a reference number of the invoice issue. If you have ordered something from the e-commerce, we get the invoice number. Okay, each and every transaction has a invoice number. So payment mode. So method of payment, whether it is a cash, credit or online. And the next one, prescribed, whether the drug is prescribed or not. Returned units. For example, we ordered something from e-commerce and we did not like the product. What do? Within 1 week or 15 days, we return that product. So here also, so we have a attribute called as a returned units. So how many units are being returned by the customer, whether it is a hospital, retail or pharmacy. And the next one is reason for return. Explanation why the product was returned. Example, whether it is a damaged or expired. So this is about the complete description about the project. Throughout all the pharmaceutical industry or product based companies or whatever the industries that you take, this is a general project and it is a live project. Are we good till now, all of you, about the project? All right. So let's see what do we have in the data set. Let me open the data set. So what do we have in the data set? So let me open one by one and let's see what do we have for sample. So let me click on inventory. So what do we have in the inventory? So we have inventory ID, drug ID, supplier ID, stock level, last restock date, which, and the location. Which location we have the products. Simple. Which location we have warehouse. The location means it is a warehouse. So it's a hub. So which location we have the drugs or the stock. The next one is linked drugs. So what do we have in here? So we have the drug ID, drug name, the name of the drugs, which category it is falling under. So these are all the common drugs. We have seen these drugs in our day-to-day life with a different name. That's it. With a different name. Do we have any azithromycin? We have seen it. Antibiotic. Where is that? Yeah, azithromycin. So which is antifungal antibiotic. Okay, these are all regular drugs, regular medicine. So category. So who is the manufacturer? What is the expiry date and cost per unit? And let's see what do we have in the next. Linked manufacturer. So he is the manufacturer. So these are all the manufacturer and the manufacturing country and the production capacity and if it is approved or not. And the next one is, let me open the dimension tables. So these are all the sales agents. Okay. And the supplier. So marketing agents, sales agents, if you have heard about them, okay, they are all agents to sell the products. So this is a supplier. Who is the supplier? Which region are they supplying? Whether they are on-time delivery and preferred, yes. And what is the category? So it's a raw material. We have a single category, that's a raw material. Okay, supplier, most of the time they supply raw material only. And the next one is fact table. So this is what we have it. Okay, the logo, and this is what we have it. Drug name, supplier information, sales unit, sales channel, unit sold, unit price, discount, total sales, sales date, invoice number, payment mode, prescribed, returned units, reason for retail, and total sales. So it is being repeated twice. Total sales. Let's handle it in the Power BI. Now let me go to Power BI. Okay, I opened a new Power BI report. So this is Power BI desktop. So how do we get the data? Click on Get Data. Click on Excel Workbook. Our data source is Excel Workbook. This Excel is in the SharePoint folder. What do you do? When you explain in the project, when you explain in the interview, you say that we are pulling the data from the SharePoint. So let me click on Excel and let me go to the data set and let me pull it one by one. Click on Open. And let me click on this checkbox and click on Load. So it's loading. Let it load. Okay. So let me click on Excel again. Linked drugs. Click on Open. Click on the sheet. This is called as a sheet. And we can see the data preview in here. And click on Load. Yes. Next one. Linked manufacturer. Click on Open. And let me click on Load. And again, click on Excel Workbook. Click on this. Click on Open and click check the box and see the data preview and click on Load. And let me click on this again. Sales agent and click on Open. So only this one, Pharma Sales. I think that's not the one we want to pick. And let me click on this again. The last one is supplier. Click on Load. So once we pull the data, after pulling the data into Power BI, so we can see the data tables in the data view. And let me go to the table view where we can see the data in the table format. Yes, the data looks good. Let me go to inventory. Yes, the data looks good. Manufacturer, yes, it looks good. Pharma sales, okay, it doesn't look good. I think we have some issue. Okay. Column 1, column 2, column 3, we do not have the column headers correctly. Sales agent, yeah, we have The problem with the column 1, column 2, supplier. Yes, it looks good. The next step is go to transform data where we can manipulate, modify, change, and clean the data by using the transformation techniques. So inventory automatically, when we pull the data from the Excel, so we get automated steps are source, navigation, promoted headers, and change type. Do you know what is the reason for this? So let me explain. Click on file. You have an option called as options and settings. Options. So the reason for automatic identification here is in the data load. Okay. Detect column types and headers for unstructured sources according to each file setting. So when this is enabled, automatically Power BI detects the data type and the column types, data types, and it automatically promotes headers. And the next one, drugs. Let me go here. Yes, we have the data. It looks good. Manufacturer. Yes, we have the data. Pharma sales, but here we do not have the right way. So what do we need to do here is, let me drag right side. Do we see anything? Okay. So either I can click on this and remove the nulls. The first way, I can remove the nulls. Or the second way is, I can go to keep remove rows, remove top 7 rows. I can click on remove top 7 rows and click on OK. And what is the next step? Click on use first row as header. Okay. And let me go to sales agent. Same here, use first row as header. And go to supplier. Yes, we have the data. Click on close and apply. Now the data is loading. Now let us see what do we have in here. Pharma sales. Yes, we are able to see the data in a correct format. But the only thing is that we have total sales. Total sales one is repeated. Okay, we haven't checked it. Sales agent, yes, we have it. Supplier, yes, we have it. Now let us go to the transform data again and remove that sales, total sales, the extra duplicated total sales. Right click, and remove the column. Yes, we have removed it. And let me click on close and apply. Yes. Now what is the next step? Okay, let me open the pipeline or the procedure for getting the data. First one is the first pipeline. Okay, the first pipeline for working on the project in Power BI is, first step is import the data from the data source. First step, or get the data from the data source. Second one, see the pattern of the data, or do we need to clean any data? Do we need to clean the data? That is data transformation. Then we need to get into Power Query Editor for cleaning the data or data transformation. Yes, we have cleaned the data. And the third step is data modeling. So what do we need to do? We need to make the relation between the tables. Fourth step is in-depth analysis. As per the client's requirement. That is, we implement DAX, data analysis expression. Fifth step or fifth stage is data visualization part. After that, sixth step is publishing the report to Power BI service for sharing and collaboration. Seventh step is testing, publishing the report to the dev environment. Dev environment. And the seventh step is deploying the report to the test once once the report is tested in the dev. And the eighth one is deploying the tested report by the client to production environment. And it is the ninth one is live project. Live project. And ninth one is, sorry, giving permissions or access, giving access to the clients for viewing the data, for viewing or data visualization. Okay, so these are all the pipelines that we go through. So we have completed the first one and we have seen the pattern, we clean the data. And the third step is data modeling. Now let us see the data modeling part. So what do we have in here? So we have inventory, we have manufacturer, we have drugs, we have pharma sales. So let me decrease it and let me go for, let me put it in the middle. So what is, we are trying to make it into a star schema. What is a star schema? So the fact table is surrounded by the dimension table, where we connect the tables through primary and foreign keys. Okay, through primary and foreign keys. So now let us see how do we make the relation between the tables. So what are all the common columns between the tables and how do we make the relation between the tables? So if we go to the table view, or we can see we have a common column like drug ID in the inventory table and drug ID in the pharma sales table. Okay, we have the common column like the drug ID in the inventory as a primary key and drug ID in the pharma sales as foreign key. So what do? I will make the relation between these two. Okay, I will make the relation between these two. Okay, so it is one-to-many relationship and make this relationship active and let it go for the both and click on save, because I want to make the data that should flow in between the inventory and pharma sales. And the next one is we make the relation between the pharma sales table and the drugs table, because we have the drug ID as the common column between these two tables. Just drag and drop. Okay, just drag and drop. So we are getting many to many relationship. So we need to see. I don't know why we are getting many to many relationship. Yeah. So we have seen that we made the relation between the drugs. So how did we make the relation between the pharma sales and drugs? So we made the relation between the drug ID and the drugs. But what we have got? So we can also make it clicking on manage relationship, click on drugs and edit. So we got many to many relationship, but it is not encouraged to have the many to many relationship between these two tables. And let's check what is the issue that we have it in between these two tables. So let me go to transform data. Okay, let me go to transform data, go to pharma sales, and let me scroll right side and see, do we have any discrepancies in between the data? Okay, column distribution, click on column profile. Sorry, not column profile, column distribution. Let me see, do we have anything, any issues in the data? So column profile based on 1000 rows. So let me check that. Do we have any issue in between all the data or not? So let us check it in the Excel. Pharma sales. Let me go down. So if you see here, from 1010 to 1016. So we do not have the data. I mean, we have the nulls actually. We have the nulls and we have zeros over here. And here also we have the same thing. We do not have the data. Okay. So, so we should at least get it at this in the first column only with the 1000 unique and 1000, but we haven't got anything. Let us check that. Let us check that. Which column do we have it? So we have reached it. Yeah, we have nulls over here. From 1001 to 1007, we have nulls. So what do? I remove the nulls. Okay, how do I remove the nulls? We do not have the information over here. So let me go to some other. Okay, let me go to representative ID. Click on load more. Yeah. So let me click on all and let me remove nulls. Click on OK. Yes, we have removed it. Now what do? I'll go to home and click on close and apply. Yes, it is loaded. And let me make this into many to one. So the selected column can't be key column because it contains duplicate values. Choose a column that has unique. So what is the column we have selected? Drug ID and drug ID. So probably in the drug ID, in the drugs table, we have the duplicate columns. Where is that in the drugs table? Do we have any duplicates? I think, yeah, we have nulls over here. Okay, we have the blank data. So let us go to home again. Let me go to transform data. Go to drugs table. Okay, if I scroll down, so we have nulls over here. Even if we have nulls or blanks, we can't make many to many relationship. We can't make many to one or one to many relationship. So now let me close and apply. This is how we generally do in the organization or in the companies or in any project. So now let me click on this. Go to make it many to one relationship and click on OK. Now you see it worked. So what is the thing that we have observed? If the dimension table or the fact table contains null, we can't make either of the table contains null. We can't make many to one relationship. Both either of the table should have the correct table without nulls or without blanks. So we need to remove that. That's it. So now let us make the relation between. So what do we have in here? So we have manufacturer ID. Do we have manufacturer ID in this table? I think we do not have manufacturer ID in this table. So where do we have manufacturer ID? We do not have. So we have the manufacturer ID in the drugs table. So what do? I just put it beside this table. So let us make the relation between the manufacturer ID, or I can also go to manage relationship, click on new relationship. I can select the drugs table and manufacturer table. So manufacturer ID is the common column between two tables. Make it both and click on OK. So we made the relation between these two tables. So we made. So the next step is we need to make the relation between the supplier ID. So where do we have? Do we have supplier ID in this table? Do we have supplier ID? No, we do not have the supplier ID. I think supplier ID should be in the inventory table. Yes, we have the supplier ID in the inventory table. So what do? I pull it over here. Now let us make the supplier ID and the supplier ID. So I can pull it down and supplier ID from the inventory and drag and drop and click on make it both and click on save. Okay. So we made the relation between the supplier ID and the inventory. The next step is we need to make the relation between the pharma sales and the sales agent. So we have sales agent ID and sales ID. So we have the sales agent ID and sales ID. So let me make the relation between these two tables. Sales ID and sales agent ID. But if you see, no, this is not the right way. Sales ID is not the right table, right column. But if you see, sales representative ID is the right column. Sales agent ID is the right column in between these two tables. But if you see, we have SR-909891. But this is not the right way. We can't give. Okay, we can't filter the data. It should be saved. Even if I go for saving the data, if I get the column in the table, how do we test it? Go to report view, go to sales agent data. And if I go for pharma sales and go for customer type, we will not be getting anything. We got blank. Okay. Now what do we need to do? We need to go to transform data again, go to supplier table, supplier ID, not the supplier, sales agent. So either I can go for splitting the column. Okay. So right click and duplicate. If we split the column, both of them will be splitted, but I do not want to miss the main column. So duplicate column and split the column by delimiter. Each occurrence, yeah, let it go with it. And let me remove this. And let me make it sales rep ID. Now let me click on close and apply. Yes, we have loaded the data. Go to model view. Yes, you see automatically. So whatever did we make? Let me increase. So we have the relation between the sales rep ID and sales agent ID, but this is not the right way. So what do we do here? I can change it to rep ID. So in the properties also I can make changes and click on apply changes. So now you see we made the relation between. So let me make it both and click on apply changes. So now we made the relation between the tables. The third step is also completed. The third step is also completed. So let me mark it completed. Completed. So here also completed. So here also it is. The third step is also completed. So this is how we work when we deal with the live data. So next step is creating the DAX. Okay, go here. So what do we have in here? Now you see sales agent. Now we are able to see it. Sales agent and customer type. Before that we got blanks. The next step is to implement the DAX and write the DAX. So if you see here, what do we have in here? So we got discount. So let us go one by one. So we got, let me go to expiry. So we have cost per unit. We can ignore this. We already have, we already have the total sales and total revenue, unit price and unit sold. Let us exclude that. Let us not create anything. So let me minimize this, expand the inventory. So what do we have? Stock level. What is a stock level? How much stock we have it? Total stock. Stock level is total stock. Right click. So there are 2-3 ways to create the measures. The first way, go to modeling and click on new measure. But we do not know where this measure is going to fall under which table. Okay. The main thing, the basic thing is that right click and click on new measure on the table or on the column. Now write total stock. Total stock, which is a total complete stock that we got. So sum of stock level, inventory stock level, and click on enter. Okay, so we created one DAX, one measure. That's well and good. Let me go to manufacturer. No, we do not have anything. Now if you see, So we got Pharma Sales discount. So right click, new measure. Let us create a discount column. Discount equal to sum of discount, and close the bracket and click on enter. So it is saying that we already have the discount. So let me create discounts. Okay. Let me go for product discount. Product discount. And click on enter. Yes, we created product discount. We have returned units. How many units are being returned? Right click, new measure. So here also let us create returned units equal to sum of returned units, and close the bracket. Yes, we created returned units. So what is the next step? We have total sales, unit price, unit sold. So let me create total sales, new measure, total sales equal to sum of total sales, and close the bracket. So we already have the column total sales. So let me create total sales USD. Okay, total sales USD, or I can also name it as total revenue. Right click, new measure, unit price. Okay, unit price equal to sum of unit price, and close the bracket. Yes, we have created unit price. Let us create one more, unit sold. Okay, unit sold equal to sum of units sold, and close the bracket. Yes, what is the doubt?
Sharat, do we need to create measures for all implicit columns?
Yes, we need to create. That's a good question. Yes, we need to create the measure for implicit measures also, because for the measure is a summarized data. Okay, measure is the summarized data. For example, if I pull total sales into this table, and if I click on this, and if I go increase the font size, okay, so now you are able to see the data here. So if I go here, so in the sum of total sales, if I expand this, so we get all information. Don't summarize, average, minimum, maximum, count, distinct. In order to overcome this, what I do here is I'll directly add total sales over here. We will not be getting any option over here. It's a summarized data. But as per the column, it gets as per the attribute, as per the level of the data, it will be separated. If we go for the sales agent level, we will get the data by the sales agent. Customer type, we will get by the customer. We go for region, we get by the region. And also these measures can also be used in other calculations easily. There is no need of writing sum of, if we, for example, if we go for year on year growth, there is no need of writing sum of pharma sales, total sales again. We can directly use this measure into another calculation. So that is the reason we create. That's a standard format. We need to create the measures for the implicit measures that we already have it in the data or the table. So we created measures. Okay. So we created measures. Supplier, what do we have in the supplier? We have got the supplier. So the next step is the data visualization part. So this is for testing it. The next step is data visualization part. But let us see what do we have in here. Okay, let us see what do we have in here. The next step is we need to find out pharma sales. So we created the product discount, we created returned units, total sales USD, unit price, unit sold. The next step we need to, any one of you, would you give any idea what measure can we create? So we already have the total stock. Okay. In the inventory, we have the total stock. Okay. Complete stocks. Okay. and we have the unit sold. Unit sold means stock sold. Unit sold is nothing but the stocks sold. Okay, I can also write sold stock. Sold stock. What is the next step that you want to suggest? Anything that you would like to suggest? I have manufactured 1,000 units. Total stocks are 1,000 units. Total stock. The
Stock minus
sold stock, yes. Sold stock is I sold 500 units. I want to find the stock available. So I want to see the stock available. How do I do that? Total stock minus sold stock. So I'll get to know the stock available. That's good. So right click, new measure. I'll go here, stock available. Stock available equal to. So we can directly use the measures. Okay, there is no need of writing sum of total stock minus sum of sold stock. Okay, there is no need of writing it. So I can directly take sum of total stock minus sold stock and click on enter. Okay, so I'll get to know that, okay, these are all the stocks available. Out of all, I can take the card visual. I can see 494,000 are the stock available. And I can also get the information if I, for example, if I go here and I can also write the location. I can also get the location. Let me make it a table and I can get the location. Let me increase the font size. 15. So if you see, so we have Chicago, Dallas, okay, LA, New York. So we have these stocks available in these locations. So we need to get to know that, okay, these are all the, and also I can also find out. So we already found total sales. We already have the total sales. These total sales are, you need to understand the concept. These total sales USD are for the units sold. Okay, these total stock are for the units sold. So whatever the units sold that we have it. So 220 lakhs some data. Let me make it display unit into million. Okay, $2.03 million are the revenue that we generated by selling the stock. This is for the sold stock. The next step we need to find out is revenue planning. So what is a revenue planning? Available stock. We need to find out the information about the available stock. How much revenue that we are going to generate from the available stock. Okay, client mentioned about the inventory also. Okay, so we have satisfied the client, whatever the client expected. So we made the measures and we calculated it. Okay, the next step is to go to visualization and we can take different types of visuals and we can give the information to the client stating that, okay, this is what the revenue that we generated for the sold stock. We found revenue generated for the sold stock. The next step we need to find out is revenue that we are going to generate, that we are going to generate. Okay, that is client going to generate from the available stock. From the available stock. Okay, from the available stock. So what do we need to do? We need to go for stock available multiplied by. So we need to multiply it with what is the column that we have it. So we have unit price. We need to multiply it with unit price. Unit price. So what do we get? We get revenue planning. Revenue planning. Okay, we get revenue planning. Or revenue that we need to generate from the available stock. First thing. Okay, the first thing is revenue planning. Second thing is we need to find out the net sales. Net sales or gross profit. Gross profit. Okay. So what is the next? Net sales, revenue planning minus total sales are the net sales. So how much revenue did we plan? So how much revenue did we make from the revenue planning and total sales? And if you want to find out the total revenue, total sales, okay, total sales, complete sales. What is the complete sales? Total sales plus revenue planning. So we get the total sales complete overall. So out of 1000 units, 1000 units is the total stock available multiplied by unit price. So we get total sales, total complete overall complete sales. Sold stock multiplied by unit price. So it is the revenue total sales we made. Total sales we made with the sold stock. And what do we have in here? It is stock available. So where we are going to go for sold stock, not stock available. Okay, stock available multiplied by unit price. So we get some value. So that is revenue we need to generate. So I can say revenue planning. Okay, this is what we need to find out. So we have some little bit discrepancy with the data. So I made couple of changes to the data. So what was the disturbance that we have got? I'll explain you that. So and also we discussed about stock level. Stock level. So what is the stock level? That is total stock. It's a total stock. And we also have unit sold is the sold stock is the sold stock, and we also got returned units, which is a returned stocks, which is a returned stock. So if I want to calculate the stock available, so if I want to calculate, if you want to calculate the stock available, so we need to consider the total stock. So total stock minus sold stock minus returned stock, so that we get the stock available. And the next one we calculated, we have the total sales. The total sales that we generated from the sold stock. Okay. The total sales we calculated from the sold stock. The next step we need to calculate the revenue planning. Revenue planning. So what is a revenue planning? So revenue planning is what is the revenue that we are going to generate. Okay. What is the revenue that we need to generate? We need to generate from the available stock. From the available stock. So that is a revenue planning. So in future, they can revise the data set or the visuals, and they can see, okay, these stock we need to generate. These stocks are for these medicines. And these medicines, they are being manufactured and they are being sold to so and so customers. And these stocks are belong to these sales agents. So that is what the calculations that we can make from the revenue planning. So what is the formula for revenue planning, or what is the logic for revenue planning? Simple. Stock available multiplied by unit price. So this is revenue planning. Revenue planning. Now let us see what we have it in here. So what we did in the previous session, we discussed about, we created product discount So we have calculated discount and returned units. We have calculated revenue planning. So sorry. So let us go through the stock available. So total stock minus sold stock and total sales USD. So it is a calculation of unit sold multiplied by unit price. So in the previous session, we have had the direct to total sales, but due to the stock level, we are getting some issue. So what is that issue? I'll show that. Total stock. So this is the total stock that available. So I added total stock directly into the pharma sales data set and unit price. And let us come to the revenue planning. What is the revenue planning? We are trying to calculate the row by row. So that is the reason we have taken stock available multiplied by unit price. And what was the issue that we are facing in the previous thing was, so in the inventory, if I consider the inventory table, so we have a stock level. Okay, you understand the concept. We have the stock level. The stock level is available on the drug ID, based on the drug and based on the not only on the drug ID. So what are the number of rows if you see on the left side? Okay, yeah, I have this. Yeah, if yeah, I can point. Okay, so if you see here, so drug ID, how many drug IDs are available? 50 records, 50 rows of the unique, and they are distinct. This stock is available based on the drug ID. Okay, it is not getting the next level of the data. So how do I get to know that? So I can simply do it by right click. We have an option called as new column. So what I'm trying to do, I am trying to get the stock level from the inventory data set. Okay, from inventory table. So if I want to pull the column from some other table, what is the function that we need to use? Any one of you? It's not clear if you're speaking louder.
Karan, can you repeat the question on what?
So if you want to pull the column, so if you want to pull the column from some other table or some other sheet, in Excel we use VLOOKUP. So what is the function that we use it in Power BI? Okay, no worries. It's a related function. Okay, it's a related function. What I want to pull, I want to pull the stock level and close the bracket and click on enter. Okay, so we received the stock level, but let me check with the drug. Okay, let me check with one drug. So let me go with filter with one drug ID. Okay, let me scroll right side. If you see the stock level, it is getting repeated 75320, 75320. It is not getting into the next level of the data by the sales representative ID, by the customer ID, by the sales ID. It is not getting separated. Okay, it is not getting separated by the next level of the data. So that is the reason what I did. This is not the right way. This is only by the drug ID, by the drugs name, I can calculate the stock level, but not in the in-depth level of the data by region, by country, by sold to, or by some other level of data. So that is the reason I could not able to calculate. So what I did, I removed it. I will not be calculating the stock level from the inventory. So I created a stock level column. So let me remove this. Let me delete this, which is not in use. Okay. So now let us see what we can go through in the next level. Okay. So let me go to report view. Okay. So if you see what we have calculated, we calculated the stock level. Stock available is total stock minus Sold stock, I think we need to also go for, sorry, this is right. Stock available is total stock minus sold stock minus returned units. So that is what the stock that we have. So if you see how much revenue that we generated, so we generated 939.55 thousand. So if I change it into none, okay, let me change. So how do we change? Display unit. Display unit is, if I make it none, I can get the direct value. Once, tens, 100,000, 10,000, lakhs. Okay. So $9,39,000. So if I want to see, so probably if I make it into millions, so $0.94 million that we already made from the sold stock. And if I go for the same million, so $0.42 million that we need to make it into, that we need to earn, that we need to generate the amount. For example, for the revenue planning, total sales USD, what I do, I'll make it into currency. How do I make it into currency? If you see, when I clicked on the measure tools will be automatically enabled. So let me click on dollars so that I can make it into dollars. Okay, now you see. And also let me go for the revenue planning. So revenue planning, and let me make it into dollars. So I made it into dollars. Now you see revenue planning, and what we see, total stock. And let me also go for get these values separated by the comma. Sold stock, let me get separated, 1000 separator. So what it is called? It is called as a 1000 separator. Let me click on comma. Total stock also, yeah, it is separated. Unit price, no, there is no need of doing that. Okay. So now let us see. What do we have in here. So most of the measures are being created. We are left with few things. We will see that once we get into the next level of the visualization. So let me remove this. So how did we verify this? We have verified by using but the card visual and the table visual. So we can easily verify this. SumX we have discussed. SumX is the function where it goes row by row. So if we directly use uh, total sales multiplied by something value, so we get the summarized data. In order to ignore that summarized data, if you want to get the row by row iterative data, then what we did, we used SumX. So now let us see the first page of the visual. So let me remove this. Okay, now you see we have got the first page. And one more thing to remember. So whenever you work on the project, okay, whenever we work on the project, first page should contain complete information about the project. Okay, the first page should contain the first page should always contain the complete information about the project. What is that complete information? So either we need to go for, okay, the visual we need to pick. Okay, the visual we need to pick is either a matrix visual or a table visual. Okay, what is the first page? So that whenever the client comes to the first page, he will get to know that, okay, complete information in a tabular format. So for doing that, okay, let us see that how do we do that. Let me remove this. So what do? I'll pick the matrix. Okay, I'll pick the matrix. So what I do, I'll rename this as overview of the sales or sales overview. Sales overview. Okay. So here what do? I will add. So what is the advantage of matrix visual is, so we will have the rows. So we can add the columns into the rows, And the column, if you want to see the data by column wise, we can add into the columns. And the values, the measure values, the measures, what we have it, we can add the measures into the values so that it gets separated by the rows, columns, and values. So now let us see, let me add the manufacturer. For example, let me add the manufacturer name into the rows. Okay. So here I will go for stock available. Okay. Stock available and total sales USD. So total sales USD. So let me do one changes. So it is giving us auto. Let me make it 2. Decimal point is 2. So that we get 2 decimal point after the point. 2 decimals after the point. So total sales. So let me add total stock. What is the total stock? But I want to see it. For example, if I add, so let me add some other data. Okay. So if I add sales agent after the manufacturing name, so if I click on plus symbol, until and unless I click on plus symbol, I will be able to see the agent's name. Okay, I will be able to see the agent's name. But what my client requested, no, I do not want like that. I want to see whatever the column I click on, I should see. The first column should be my selection. The second column, if I click on, uncheck the first column, and if I check on the column that I want to see, the analysis, so I need to click on that column. Okay, what is my requirement? I need to see it by the client needs to see it by the sales agent. So here, what do I need to do? I need to pull it down so that now I'm able to see it by sales agent. No. So in future, from the inventory, I would like to see the inventory, okay, the location, by location. So I want to see the details by location. So the first column would be the first row or first thing would be the location. Until and unless I click on the next level of the data, next hierarchy of the data, I'm able to see it by the next level. But I do not want to see like that. But I want to see it whichever the column I want to see by the analysis, I want to see it by that column only. Okay. In order to overcome this kind of issue, we have an option called as field parameter. Okay. So let us go through that. What is a field parameter? So go to modeling. You see an option called as new parameter. Okay, what is the definition? Add parameter to visuals and DAX expression to act as variables. Report readers can use slicer to adjust the inputs and see different outcome. Okay, now let me click on fields. Okay, let me write the parameter as row parameter. So here I will select from the drugs, I will select the category, the drug name, expiry date. Okay, no worries. Let me remove that. From inventory, I would like to see this location. I mean, I'm trying to add only the dimension information, country, manufacturer name, and from the pharma sales, let me check whether do we have any descriptive information. No, we do not have any descriptive information. Go to the sales agent, add the sales agents, and supplier, add the category, region, and supplier name, and click on create. Okay, so here we have got the slicer. So here we have got the slicer. So what is the benefit of this field parameter is, let me remove this, and from the table it automatically creates the field row parameter. You see, click on this row parameter, expand it, automatically it created the rows. So here if you see the location, country Country, let me make it as manufactured country because we should not get confused. So there are two countries. Okay. So manufactured country. And here the region. What is the region? Supplier region. Supplier region. And manufacturer name, sales agent, and let me click on enter. So category, we have two types of category. Again, let me make it supplier category and click on enter. So here what do I do? In place of rows, I will add from the parameter, I'll add into the rows. Now, if you see, we haven't selected anything. If I click on category, now I'm able to see it in by the category. If I click on drug name, now I'm able to see it by the drug name. If I click on location, yes, the first analysis would be my location. If I click on manufactured country, yes, this is the manufactured country. Manufacturer name, sales agent, supplier category, supplier region. But I want to see the next level of data. How do I see that? So let me go to format your visual, slicer settings, selection, select all, and remove this multi-select with control. Okay. Now if you see, let my analysis, okay, the client wants to see by the drug category, and the next level is drug name, for example. So I can go for drill down so that I'm able to see what is the category and what kind of a drugs falling under the category, the next level of data. Now I do not want by the category. I can remove this category. Now I'm able to see it by the drug name. If I want to see by the sales agent, I want to remove the drug name. I want to see the next level as drug name. So I can click on the next level. So this is the usage of the field parameter. Now what do I do? I'll go to layout and style presets, make it into tabular and repeat each row headers. Okay. So this is row parameter. Okay. What is this? This is row parameter. I can select the number of rows from this table, from this slicer. Okay. And what do I do? I will add everything over here, the measures. Okay. For the measures also, what do I do? I will create a column, a measure parameter. Go to modeling. Here I am dynamically adding all the values in here. But I do not want to add like this. I want to make selections. Click on the new parameter again, fields, and make it measure parameter. Measure parameter. Here from the pharma sales, let me add it. The product discount, returned units. Let me add it a little later. First things are unit price. So let me go for sold units or sold stock. Okay. Unit price, total stock, total sales USD, and the next one is returned units, and the next one is product discount, and the next one is revenue planning. So I can add it, and it is saying add slicer to this page. Yes, I want to add it as a slicer. Let me click on create. Now we have got the slicers available. Now this is name of, so what is the name that we want to add it, and the name of the column that we are selecting, and the numbering that we are giving. According to this number, we will get the data. For example, if I put 1 and if I put 0, the first column would be like unit price. Okay, you see, the first column is unit price. The second column is sold stock. This is like arranging the column. The last number is sorting the data, sorting the columns. So this is what we have it. Here, what do I do? In place of stock available, in place of values that I added, I will go to measure parameter and I will add measure parameter into the values. Okay. Now I have got everything. Revenue planning, let me make it into the decimal point to only 2. Yes, we got it. Okay, what we have got? So we got the data. Now what do? I will go here. Let me make some formatting your visual. So go to general and make it, go to effects and visual border, turn this on. Turn this visual border on and make it 10. Okay. Same thing over here. Make it visual border and make it 10. Same thing over here. Visual border, turn this on, make it 10. So if you see here, measure parameter, we have everything which is in capital letters and small letters. What do? I'll make it into a standard format of normal unit price. So here also total stock. Let me make it into standard format. Total stock and total sales USD. Returned units. And product discount. And revenue planning. Yes, we got it. And let me click on enter. Yeah. So if you see, we have made it into a standard format. For example, if we want to see the data by the column also, we can add the data by column. So let me increase the font size for better visibility. So let me make it 12. Okay. So now let me increase it. So as per the data, I can add it. Okay. Let me go little up. So let me make it and let me, yes, we have got the data. Okay. So here, what do? So here, if I want to make the background to little different color, I can go to format your page and canvas background. So I can select the colors. I can go and select the colors. You see, I can select the colors. So here, what do? I will add the logo. Okay. I will add the logo. Go to insert and image. So let me add the logo. So click on logo and click on OK. So now I have added the logo over here. I have added the logo. That's well and good. The next step is I want to add the title. So how do I add the title? Go to text box and add the title. Add the title. So let me make it into bold and let me go here. Sales overview. Sales overview. So what do we need to do? We need to go for the background color, properties, title, effects. Background color, turn this off so that we get it. Sales overview and we can increase the size. Make it to 14. Yes, we have got sales overview. The next thing is that we need to add the KPIs. Okay. So what is the thing? KPI. Okay. Overall information in a single card. In a single card visual. So he gets to know the complete sales. For example, what is a KPI? Key performance indicator. For example, if I add total sales in the card visual, if I add total sales, I get to know that, okay, this is what my total sales. This is what my revenue that I'm generating. This is what my units sold. This is what my returned units. So let us add one by one. Okay, let us add one by one. So let me take a card visual. Okay, let me take a card visual and let me make it. Let me decrease the size. And here, what do? Let us go from the beginning. Okay, what is the basic thing? The basic thing is that total stock. First, we need to see total stock. So let me go to format your visual, category label. So let me decrease this size. Call out value, the one which you see 2 million, 2M is the call out value. Let me make it 30. Okay, 2 million is the total stock. So here what do? I'll go to general and I'll go to effects, turn this off. Okay, and visual border, turn this on. Make it 10 so that we get as per the background color that we have it. You see, total stock, and total stock I'm able to see little. So this comes under category label. So if you go to general and if you go for the title, I can turn this on the title, expand the title, and now I go for total stock. This is a complete stock and make it horizontal alignment to the middle. Okay, this is total stock that we have it. It is 2 million. And the next one is Control C and Control V and drag it little left side, right side. Now what is the next thing is sold stock. I need to add sold stock. Let me go for sold stock. Okay, so 1 million is the sold stock. Okay, so let me go to general again. Let me search for the title, and here what do? I'll go for sold stock. Now we have sold stock is 1 million. So either I can go here, I can go to display unit, and I'll make it none. I'll get the complete number. Okay, 16,199. But 2 million is giving so large number. So let me go to million again. So here we have an option called as uh, just a second. Here we will have an option called as decimal. So what do? I'll go for 2. So 1.70 is the total stock. So here also I'll go for display unit. Let it be the same. 2 is the 1.16. Yeah, I'm sorry. So if you see the sold stock is 1.16 million. So next thing is that, so let us see the revenue that we generated. Okay, total stock, and the let us go and see the total sales that we have generated. So let me remove that total sales USD. Okay, so let me go here and title it is total sales. Total sales. Yes, we made the total sales is 939.55 K dollars. Or I can also go for display unit. Okay, call out value, go to display unit, 2 million. $0.94 million is the amount that we made it. I can also go for one more if I want to, 0.940, but let us go for 2 only. So this is total stock. Okay, this is total stock. This is sold stock. So let me move little left side. Let me move it. And now let me go for another one. Control C, Control V. And let us take the returned units. Where is that returned units? Product returned units. Okay. And let me go here. So let me go for the title returned units. Returned units. And here what do? I'll go for the display unit from the same category value, not the millions. Let us go with the none. Okay. So let me go with the 1,000. Okay. 13.48 K is the returned units that we have got. And the next one is revenue planning. Next one is revenue planning. Revenue planning. Revenue planning. Okay. So this is what we have it in here. So if you see, we have added all the measures in the KPIs. So when the client comes here, okay, when the client comes here, so he gets to know that, okay, this is what I have got. Okay, so complete information in a single page. 1.70 is the total stock that we have it. Sold stock is 1.16 million. For the sold stock, I earned 0.94 million. We earned, and the return stock is 13.48, and we missed stock available. Okay, we missed one, that is stock available. Let me pull it left side. Pull it left side. Let me pull it left side. You can use your keyboard arrows also for pulling it to the left or right side. So how many minutes left? So we have 2 minutes. Okay. Returned units. The next one is, so let me copy. Let me paste it. Let us go for stock available. So let me go here. Let me make it title. That is stock available. Okay. So now we have got some basic idea, some basic information that we are giving complete information in a single sheet, single data, or single page. So this is a page. In a single page, we have given all the information, so that whenever client comes to this page, and if he goes here and if he slices out something, okay. So let me go. We need to add the slicers. We will see that. How do we add the slicers? So this is what we made it. Okay. I need to decrease this. I need to add all the slicers. Here I need to add all the slicers. So how do we add? Let me take the slicer. So we need to add all the slicers. We can add all the slicers. So let me go here and let me expand the drug. Let me add the category so that I will be able to see the category. So I can go to slicer setting and make it tile, or sorry, drop down. So I can add the slices over here. So here, if you see, we need to understand what is the background that we selected. So we selected the background, some color. So I want to make the changes to the background color of these slicers also. So how do I do that? So click on the slicer and go to format your visual, go to general, expand effects, and turn off this background so that we can see whatever the background that we have it to this measure parameter, to the slicer. So I want to apply the same thing to the row parameter. How do we do that? Click on the format visual. And if you want to apply whatever the options that are on a single visual to another visual, so you can click on format painter and click on this. And now you see, now we are able to see whatever the changes that we have it is applied to this slicer also. The only thing is that we are missing the select all option. So click on the more option. So click on search so that we will get the search option, and go to the visual and expand the slicer setting, expand the selection, and click on select all so that I can select all. I can also get the select all option. So this is how we make changes. And let me also make the changes to this category. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to add the slicers on the top of the visual so that whenever the user tries selecting the slicer, so he wants to filter something from the data, so he can use the slicers in the visual directly. So filters So he needs to expand the filters pane, and he needs to separate, the client needs to separately filter out the data by using the filters pane. So without giving such options, what we are trying to do here is we are directly trying to add the slicer on the top of the visual. So in the visual itself, in the report itself, so that he can filter the report, he can filter the page by using the slicer. So what do? I'll go to general again, expand, remove this background so that I'll get the same thing over here. So let me decrease this. So let me decrease the font size so that we need to fit all the slicers. Whatever the slicers that we have it, we need to fit it in here. So values also, let us make it 8. So let me do the same thing, copy paste. Okay, what do? I'll just copy paste. Control C, Control V. And let me click on this. Let me take this off. You will be able to see this. And go to drugs. In place of drugs, take this off and add the drug name so that we get the drug name. And let me do the same thing. Copy this, Control C and Control V. Okay, and just put it aside. And click on this. In place of category, let me take this off and go to inventory. Do we have anything information in the inventory? We do not have it. So let me go to manufacturer. So we have a manufacturer name. So let me add the manufacturer name. And let me go to pharma sales. Do we have anything? So we have payment mode prescribed. We have the region. So that region is sales region. Okay, what is that region? The region is sales region. And let me go to sales agent. Let me copy this and let me paste it over here. And let me from here, let me take this off region. And from the sales agent, let me add the sales agent's name. And let me move this left side so that it should fit. So let me add from here, let me add, go to general effects, add the visual border so that it would be better for separation. So visual borders are used for separating. Oh, sorry, not the width. It is rounded corners. Give it 10 so that it will be, the corners will be rounded off. Okay. So let me apply the same thing. Click on this and apply it on the drug name. Okay. And again, click on this, apply it on the manufacturer. Sorry, it did not. Click on this, apply it on the manufacturer. So let me do that again. Yes. Click on this again, apply it on the region. Click on this, apply it on the sales agent. So if you see, let me move this down to the same order, to the same alignment. Okay. So this one also. So this one also. So let me make some arrangements. Let me decrease this. Drug name, manufacturer, let me move it. And let me move this to the left side. Okay. And let me copy paste. So the last one that we have it is supplier. Supplier, let me add the supplier into this. Supplier. Yes, we have added. So what do? I need to make it consistent so that the space in between two slicers should be the same. I mean, it should not be increase or decrease. Okay. It should not be more or less. It should be the same. Now, if you see, I have added all this. So let me increase this little bit. And let me also increase this little bit. Yes. So the first page is done. So let me also decrease this, the size. Okay, let us see that little later. Okay, the first page is completed. So what do? I'll go to category. and I'll click on antibiotic. So now you see I'm able to filter this up. Okay, I can click on the clear selection, the eraser symbol, so that I can clear the selection. And this is a sanity check. So we are just checking whether the data is working or not, whether the region is working or not. Yes, the data looks good. So now we have completed the first page completely. Okay. So now let us go through the second page. Okay, first page, when the client comes to the first page, so he can easily understand, so that he can easily understand what is going on with the data. Okay, so he can select whatever the measures that he wants to select. So let me move little up. Yeah, so he can select, and the row parameter, he can select whatever the rows that he wants to see the data by, and he can also select the slicers, and he can filter the visual as per his requirement. Now let us go to the next page. Okay, now let us go to the next page. In the sales overview, the client can able to see the complete data in the table format or in the matrix format. The next page is we need to give the report, give the page, highlight by total revenue. Okay, what do we need to highlight? Let us see that. So these are all the pages that we need to build. The first page is sales performance analysis. The first page is sales performance analysis. So what do we need to show the data? We need to show the revenue by category, revenue by drugs, revenue by year and month, revenue by manufacturer, revenue by sales region, and revenue by sales agent. This is what the next step that we need to implement. Let us see that. Let us see how do we implement. For all these are all like comparison of the data. So these are all like comparison of the data. So by revenue, okay, revenue, revenue or sales, sales by the dimension data or attributes. Okay. Now let us see that. Let me go to the Pharma Sales dashboard and let me rename this as sales revenue analysis. Sorry, sales, both revenue and sales are sales performance analysis. Sales performance analysis. So we have different types of visuals available. So let us go through one by one. Okay. So let me click on stacked bar chart. So why do we go for this? Is a standard visual. This is a standard visual to compare the data. Stacked bar chart is the standard visual to compare the data. Let us see. Let us go from the beginning. So let me get the category and let me add the total sales. Where is the total sales? Let me add the total sales. Okay. So let me remove the by USD total sales. So now let me increase this. Let me increase this. Okay. And let me go to the format your visual and let me go through the effects and background. So I need to disable the background and I need to go for the visual border. Make it 10. Okay. The rounded corners are 10. But I do not find the same background over here. So what do? I'll get the background. Okay, what is the background that we are using? So let me get this color. How do we get this color? Click on the color, click on more color. You get the hex number. Okay, hex color coding. Copy this and let me go to the same. Click on the canvas background, go to the canvas background and click on this and make this 50%. Okay, what is the percentage that we put? Here it is 59 or 60%. Let me also put the same thing over here. 60. Okay. So this is what the background. So let me click on this. And if you want to pick the colors, okay. So currently we are using the background color, or the colors of the bar is blue color. For example, if you want to pick the colors, how do you pick the colors? So we have an option called as color picker. Okay. Search for the color picker in Google, or you can also click on color picker Chrome extension. So what do? You click on this ColorZilla, click on this, and you can click on install. So I have already installed, so that is the reason I'm able to get this already. So what do? I will, yeah, I already have it. So I click on this and I'll pick the color. Okay, pick the color outside the browser. Okay, I can search the color picker by using the color picker, and I can click on this. For example, I want to pick this color. I can pick on this. So you get the code, hex code. Click on this again, go to the picked color history, and this is the color number, the code, hex code. Copy this, go here, and click on the bars. All, yes, we have all. So click on this, click on more color, and paste it over here. Paste it over here. Now you see we got the color. Okay, now you see we got the color. Always remember, in the organization, it is said that in the organization, always remember to give the light colors only, no bright colors, only the light colors. So the client or the users, when you see the bright color, you will not be focused. When you give the light colors, so it would be easy for the client or anybody, any user to see the visual correctly. Okay, now I picked the color from the color picker. Okay, so let me do the same thing. Let me copy this, paste it, and let me copy this again, paste it. So let me decrease the size, decrease the size. Let me go here. Yes. So let me do the same thing. Control C and Control V, and I can pull it down. You see how simple it is? I can pull this down. Now I can use different visuals for comparison. Let me pull it down. Let me pull this down so that we can add the slicer over on the top. Slicer and the title. So do you understand? All of you, are you able to follow me? Are you able
Yes,
to?
yes.
Yeah. So you rewatch the video and you follow, you apply the same thing, but whatever the changes that you want to apply, you can apply to the colors or the options, and you just play around, play with the visuals. Okay. So let me also increase this one. Let me also increase this one. So you see, you get the red color alignment. You get the red color alignment. So if you see, we have added 6 visuals, because how many of them we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have category, drugs, year and month, manufacturer, sales region, and sales agent. So first one we added total sales by category. So let me go to format your visual. Let me turn the data labels on so that I can see the numbers. Okay, I can see the numbers. So go to this visual, total sales by category. Let us use a different. Okay, let us use all the visuals so that we will easily understand. So here, what do? I will go to, so let me do one thing. So let me take, what is the next one? So let me here also, let me take, in place of category, let me add the drug name. So I can get the information about the drug. Again, let me go to, so let me go to Google. and let me click on color picker. Okay, let me click on this. So let me pick any other color. Okay, let me pick any other color. I can also type over here. Okay, let me type color picker and click on this. I can pick the color from here. Okay, so click on this. Outside the browser, I can click on any other color. Okay, now I will get the number. Click on this again, go to history and copy this and go here and go to format your visual and bars and click on the color and click on more colors and without the hash. Okay, we need to have the hash. So paste it. So we got the color. You see how beautiful it is. And what do I do? I'll go here again, turn on the data labels. Now I'm able to see the data labels also. So here, what do? I will pick some other. So let me get other. So let me go for tree map. Okay. So here, let me take this off. So here, what do? The next one is manufacturer. Let me pick the manufacturer. Let me pick the manufacturer. So we got the manufacturer, but we need to change the colors of individually. Okay. So we need to change the colors individually. So I can change the colors individually. I can go here, I can pick the colors from here also. You see, click on the BioNova and click on more colors and select the light colors. Medicare, click on this, go for the light colors. Okay. Astra, click on more colors and click on this one. You see, now we have changed it. Now let us take, so we have changed by category, by drug name, by manufacturer name. Now let me click on this total sales by category. Now let me make this as pie chart. So what is the next step? So I'll add the next one. I'll add sales region. So let me pick the region, and from the pharma sales, click on the region. Okay. And now let me take this off. Details, let me take this off. Let me add the region. And here also, if you see, so we can select, go to the legends. Okay, slices and go to the colors. Just a second, let me check. Yeah. Legends. Okay, slices or detailed labels. Where do we have that? In the slices, yeah, colors. Pick each and every one and change the colors. West Coast, change the color. And North South, change the color. And Midwest, change the color. And the next one, Central, change the color. So this is how we make the changes to the color coding. So we have added total sales by region. The next one is, let me go here again and click on donut chart. Okay. So what do I need to add? I need to add from the sales agent. Okay. I have added sales agent. So here also go to format your visual, expand the slices, expand the colors. All series, all John, Mike, and we need to change this. Change this color and again change the color, and Michael Clark, change the color, and for Scott E, change the color. For Shane Bond, change the color. Now you see we have added the color. The next one is by year. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to add it by year. So let me go here. Okay. So let me take the line chart. Let me take the line chart. And in place of category, let me add the sales date. Okay, let me take this off. So I can see the data by year. So how it is performing. So I can go to format your visual and markers data label, turn this on. So we will get the data label and markers, turn this on. We will get the marker. So this is what we have it in here. Okay, what do we have? So we have added sales performance. So let me go to sales overview and copy this. Control C and Control V. So what do I do? I'll make the changes to the naming. Sales performance analysis. So make it center. Now we have got sales performance analysis is added. Now what do I need to do? I need to add the slicers. Okay. So let me click on this. Control C, shift and select all. Shift and select all. Control C and Control V. Okay. This is one way of adding. Okay. This is one way of adding. This is one way of adding. Or I can also add it by other way. I'll show that when we go through the next page. So here, if you see, we are getting some. So let me bring it down. Yeah. So now I have got all the slices added. Okay, what are we missing? We are missing one thing, that is the logo. So let me also add the logo. Let me also add the logo over here. Sales performance. So let me decrease a little bit. Yes. So let me bring it to the left side. So now let me go to sales overview and let me click on this, copy this and paste it over here. I can decrease the size a little bit. Yes, we have added the logo as well. Now you see it looks good. Okay, we need to make some changes. We'll see that. We'll see that how to make changes. We will see that. So what the client requirement? So we have, so I can click on the category. I can click on any one of the category and you see the data is getting filtered. You see the data is getting antibiotic. Yes, the data is getting filtered. Anti-diabetic. Yes. Antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antiviral. So the data is getting filtered. Yes. So now I can come, the client comes here and he can see everything in details. The first page, he can see the total information in the first page. In the second page, he can see by the levels, by category, by drug name, by total manufacturer name, by region, by sales agent, and by total sales by year. Only the upper level of the data, not the not the inner level of the data, but upper level of the data. He can see it. Now let us see the next page. So I want to apply the same thing in the next page. What I do, I'll right click and duplicate this page. There is no need of applying the colors, the canvas background again and again. So what do I do? I'll remove this. I will remove this. I will remove this. Delete. And I'll make it. Now let us see the inventory snapshot. Okay, what is the next thing? I need to see the inventory snapshot. What is the inventory? In what does the inventory snapshot means? It contains this inventory. It contains the complete information about the inventory. What is inventory? Means the stocks. Inventory snapshot is the technical terminology used in the the finance terminology and the inventory terminology. So it contains the complete information about the inventory. So what do we see? We look into the total stocks, sold stocks, and how many stocks have been returned, return stocks, and stock available. Let us see that. Let us understand how can we implement this. Okay. So here what do? I'll make it inventory snapshot. Inventory snapshot. Click on enter. So let me also make here inventory snapshot. Yes. So let me add one by one. So how do we do that? So what are the things that we have it? So here what do? I will make one thing. So I will add. So I want to see the data by year and month. Okay, by year and month. So I want to see the data by year and month. So what are all the stocks, total stocks sold, total stocks, sold stocks, returned stocks, and stock available. Okay, the complete information about all these. So what do? I will create the line chart. Okay, I will create a line chart. The complete information about the trend line analysis. Okay, I will create a line chart. So here, but I want to see the combination of year month, which is the combination like 2024 or 2020 year hyphen month. So it should be like year hyphen month, so that I can analyze which year and what is the month. So for that, what do we need to do? We need to create a new column. Right click, new column. So here what do? I'll go for year hyphen month equal to format. So here what do? I'll take the sales date, comma. What is the format that I want to see? So if I want to go for the year hyphen month, I need to give 4y hyphen mm. Close the bracket and click on enter. So I'll get the long year and short month, the combination of long year and short month. Where I can see, click on the table view and you see year month. So it's a combination of year hyphen month. Now what do? I will click on the year month. Where is that year month? So let me click on the year month. Now I can add the stock related information. Let me search for the stock. So it is, the first one is total stock. Okay, these are all the total stocks available. Okay, the next one I need to add sold stock. Okay, and the next one I need to add stock available. Okay, so let me click on stock available. Let me make it into a standard format. Okay, stock available. So one thing we are missing is the returned stock. Okay, so returned units. So let me also rename this as returned stocks, so that it would be also easily understandable for us. Okay, returned stocks. So let me also add returned stocks, so I can easily understand. Now if you see, let me make the background. Go to general and effects, and let me turn off the background, and let me turn on the visual border and make it 10. Okay, now if you see, now I'm able to understand that. Now I'm able to understand that how much, what is the total stock. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to go here again. Okay, I can have the zoom slider. Okay. And I can, if you would like to have the shade, you can have the shades. So how it looks good, I think. Okay. Shade looks good. Okay. The shade looks good. So let us go with the shades. Turn on the data labels and markers. If you would like to see the markers, we can also turn on the markers. So I can zoom this out. There is, you see, I can also see the returned units. Okay, I can also see the returned units. What I want to show here is I want to see it by the revenue. So in the same visual, I want to see it by revenue. So for that, we need to know about the concept called as bookmarks. Okay, we need to know about the concept called as straightforwardly. I'm explaining. So in the visualization, I did not explain, but now I'm going to explain you what is bookmarks. So let us go to view. So go to view. We have an option called as bookmarks, selection, performance analyzer, and sync slicer. So let us work on the bookmarks. So go to insert. First, let me insert the shapes. So let me go and insert the heart symbols. Okay. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. So that it would be easy for you to remember. So that is the reason I'm taking the heart symbol. So let me go to shape again. Let me take the triangle. Where is the triangle? Yeah, here is the triangle. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. Okay. So here what do? I will go to modeling, view, and get the bookmarks. Click on the bookmarks and click on the selection. So what is my agenda is, so if I click on the heart, I will create two buttons. If I click on the heart button, I need to see only the heart symbols. If I click on the triangle, I need to see only the triangles. So first you see all the visuals in the selection. Whatever the visuals that we create in a page, we can see all the visuals in the selections. So now what do? I will create a group, okay, in the selection. So for example, if I'm clicking on this, you see when I'm clicking on the shape, I'm able to see the shape is getting highlighted. The visual is getting highlighted. So what do? I'll rename this. Okay, part one. Okay, so let me rename this part two. And let me double click on this and rename this part three. Okay, part one, yeah, part two, part three. So I can move this and I can align it. So first one, so triangle one, triangle one, triangle two, triangle two, and the last one is triangle three. Triangle, okay, sorry, triangle three. Okay. So next step, whenever we work on any visual, whenever we work on the bookmarks, so in the selection, we need to group it so that it would be easy for us to understand. So what do? Select triangle one, triangle two, triangle three, right click. You have an option called as group. Click on the group and double click on it and make it triangle. Rename this as triangle. Same thing, shift and select, right click, group, click on group and click this and double click on it, heart. Okay, I have heart in the heart group, symbols, triangle symbols in the triangle group. That's well and good. I created the selection, I grouped it. The next step is we need to create the bookmarks. Okay, click on the bookmark, add bookmarks. So let me name this as heart. Okay, the second one. Okay, second one is, let me make this as triangle. Okay, what is the thing? When I click on the heart, I need to see the heart symbol only. When I click on the triangle, I need to see the triangle symbol only. Okay, what do? I'll click, I will hide this in the selection pane. Okay, I will hide it. Go to, do not click on the heart bookmarks, hover over it, click on the three dots, okay, and click on update. Next one, go to triangle. Click on the hide the heart, unhide the triangle. Do not click on the triangle here. Go hover over it and click on the three dots and click on update. Now you see when I click on the heart, okay. So now we are not able to see the heart. Okay, unhide it and go to heart and update. When I click on triangle, I'm able to see the triangle. When I'm clicking on the heart, I'm able to see the heart. Triangle, heart, triangle, heart. Now what do I need to do? I need to create the buttons. Okay. How do I create the buttons? Go to insert, click on the buttons, click on the blank. Okay. Click on the blank. Now click on the whatever the bookmarks that we created. In the buttons, we need to map. Let's see how do we map it. So let me click on the style, enable the text and make it, rename this, name this as heart and make it bold and make it center. Okay. So increase the font. Okay. 14. That's well and good. 14. Okay. Now minimize this, enable this action, turn this on, expand the action. So here you see the type back. Expand this, click on the bookmarks. Okay. Click on this none, expand the bookmarks and make it heart. Okay. That's well and good. So whatever the bookmarks we created, we have mapped that bookmarks to the button. Again, let me click on the button again. Click on the blank and drag this here. Okay. And let me click, expand the style, enable the text and write a triangle, triangle and make it bold and increase the size. Okay. And again, minimize the style, expand the action, turn this on. In the type, you make it bookmarks, selection bookmarks and click on triangle. Now you see heart, triangle, heart, triangle, heart, triangle. Now you see whatever the bookmarks that we created, so we have mapped to the bookmarks, to the buttons. Okay. Now what do? I'll go to modeling, view, and I'll turn this off. Disable this. Now you see heart, triangle, heart, triangle. Now let us apply it in the inventory snapshot. Okay. Let us see how do we apply this in the inventory snapshot. What is our requirement? Our requirement is I want to create a bookmarks of total stock. The next bookmark is revenue, and the next bookmark is stock and revenue. I want to create 3 bookmarks. I will show the second bookmark. You try creating the third bookmark, or let us see that how it goes. Okay. So how do I do that? Enable the bookmarks, enable the selection. Okay. You see, now you see whatever the visual that we have it in the report or in the page, we will be able to see it in the selection. Okay. So here what do? I select all the slices. No, I do not want to disturb any slicer. So what do? In the stock sold, let it be the stock sold. In the text box, let it be like that. Okay. So can I make it? Yeah. Right click, select all the slicer, make it a group. So what is that group? Double click and make it slicer. Yes, I put all the slicers in a slicer group. So what do we have? The next one, stock sold. What I'm doing now, Control C this, Control C, copy this, disable this, Control V. Okay. Go to visualization, expand the data. Okay. In place of total stock, remove all this. Okay. What do I do now? I will add, unit price. Okay. Unit price, total sales revenue. Okay, so let me remove this unit price. Okay, let me remove this unit price. So I have added total revenue USD. And also if I would like to see the revenue contribution also, I can see the revenue planning. I can also see the revenue planning. Okay, what I did, I have added total sales and revenue planning. Okay, total sales and revenue planning. So here what I do, I will make this as, double click on this to the selection. I will make this as total sales. Sales and revenue planning. Revenue planning. Okay, I created one more. Here, what do I need to do? I need to create the buttons. Go to insert, click on the button, click on the blank. Okay, drag it down. Drag it down. So here, what do? I will click on this button and rename this as stock. Okay, rename this as stock. Here, what do? I will click on add and double click on this, make it stock. Okay, so what do here? I will turn this off, turn this on total stock, go to stock and click on update. Let me click on new, add, and here what do? I will go for and sales and revenue. Click on this. Let me click on one more button. Okay, now what do? I will disable this, enable sales and revenue, and click on this update. If I click on stock, now I'm able to see the data in the stock. If I click on revenue, now I'm able to see the sales and revenue planning. What do I need to do? The next step, I need to map this into the buttons. Okay, click on this button again, click on blank. Now put it aside. Okay, now I will put this aside. Okay, so for the first one, let me go to format button. Let me unhide format button, style, enable the text, make it stock. Okay, make it bold and increase the size. Stock. And disable this, minimize this, go to action, expand the action, select the bookmarks. In the bookmark, you select the stock. Yes, we have selected the stock. Same thing with the next one. Expand the action, make it bookmarks, select sales and revenue, expand the style, enable the text, expand the text, and add the sales and revenue, sales and revenue, or let me make it revenue planning. Okay, revenue planning, or I can go for sales. So let it be sales. So it comes with two things. Let me increase and make it bold. Okay, now if I click on stock, I'm able to see the stock. If I click on sales, now I'm able to see the sales and revenue planning. Let me go to view again, disable these two. Okay, now what do I need to do? I need to go here and check and make it equal. If I click on stock, I'm able to see the stock. If I click on sales, now I'm able to see the sales. So that now I can understand what are my sales and total revenue planning. Okay, sales and revenue planning. I want to see the stocks and sales. Okay, so here if you see in the sales performance analysis, I have this sold stock and total revenue. I want to see the combination of, I want to see the stock and total revenue, because this is important. So how much stock did we sell and what is the revenue that we generated? Okay, how much stock did we sell and what is the revenue that we generated? So what do? I'll copy this. Okay, I'll copy this. I'll go here. Okay, it is little difficult for you, but try understanding. Go to insert, so go to view, bookmarks, selection. So here, let me turn this off. Okay, let me add one more. Double click, stocks and sales. Stocks and sales. Click on enter. Let me turn this off and paste it over here and increase the size. Okay. So here total revenue. So let me add total sales USD. Okay. Total sales USD. Total sales. Now what do I need to do? I need to map. I need to go to total stocks and update it. Let me check it whether it is working or not. Stocks. Okay. It is not working. Sales and revenue, it is not working. Stocks. Okay. So let us do this again. Okay. Let me minimize the visualization, minimize the data so that you will see with a bigger size, bigger view. Click on stock. Okay. So I'm getting in a disable this, hide this visual. Okay. Go to stock. Do not click on the stock. Click on three dots and update. Sales and revenue. So something is hiding. Okay. Sold stock is getting. Click on this and go to sales and revenue update. Stocks and sales, yes. Now let us check this again. Stock, yes, I'm able to see the stock. Sales and revenue, yes, I'm able to see the sales and revenue. Stocks and sales, yes, I'm able to see the stocks and sales. I think for the stocks, it is showing the same thing. Okay, it is showing for the stock, I need to disable sold stock and total stock. Okay, and I need to go here and update this. Now let us check again. Sales and revenue, sold stock, stock, sales and revenue, sold stock. Now, what is the next step? Next step is to create, okay, next step is to create the button. Okay, let me create the button. Or I can copy this, paste it. Oh, sorry, it did not paste. Okay, let me remove this. Let me go to disable the selection, go to insert, button, a blank one. Now I put it over here. Okay. Go to format button, style, text, sales or revenue. I'll make it revenue. Sorry, stock and revenue. Stock and sales. So better SS, stock and sales. So make it bold. Increase this little bit. Let it be increase this. Make it bold. Yeah, let me increase this. And go to expand, minimize the style, expand the action. Click on the bookmarks and none in place of null, make it stocks and sales. Okay. Now, if I click on stocks, yes, I'm able to see the stock. If I click on, this is control click. Okay. Control click and control click. Now you see how beautiful it is. Now I can go to, now go to view, disable the bookmarks, enable this, and you go to general and expand the effects and visual border. What do I need to do? I need to make it. Yeah, we already have the visual border. We have it. Yes, we have it. But the color, I think, make it little darker. That's it. Now you see how beautiful it is. The client, he can easily understand if he clicks on stocks. Yes, I have the stock information here. What is the stock? Sales. I have the sales information over here. What is the total stock and sales? Yes, I have the information of what do we have in here? We have year, month, sold stock and total sales. You see, sold stocks and total sales. Now, if you would like to add more, you can add more. If you want to compare the data, more, you can add more. What is the returned units? So you try making it table format. Okay, if you would like to see it in a table format also, you can make it table format. How do you do that? Right click, duplicate, click on this visual and make it table format. You can see everything in here. Okay, what do you want to see in the table format? So I'll add the table format as, so here I'll go here, year, month. So let me add it one by one. So what do I do? So now I will add only the stocks. Okay. So what is this? The first one is total stocks. That's well and good. And the second one is sold stocks. Third one is returned stocks. Fourth one is stock available. Okay. What is the stock available? The next one. What is the next one? The next one is total revenue. Okay. Total revenue. Let me take this off. Total revenue. And again, the next one is revenue planning. You see how beautiful it is. I can take this off. If you do not want, I can take this off, delete this. Okay. I can increase the size. If you would like to add anything over here, you can add, you can increase the size, go to font, increase the size. And now what do you do here? If you want to see it in a table format, okay, you can navigate this. Okay, you can navigate this. How do you navigate? So let me go to insert here, click on a button. Okay. So if you want to navigate, let me add some other. Okay, in the blank, let me add the blank. Okay, let me move this right side. Okay, here what do? I'll name this as style, enable the text. So I can go for table view. Table view, make it bold, increase the size. Okay, for the table view, you can click here for the table view. So what do? Enable the action, turn this on. In the back, no, there is no need of back. So it is page navigation. Click on page navigation. In place of null, what do? You write duplicate of inventory snapshot. Okay. So what do? Inventory snapshot, table view. Okay. Here what do? I will rename this as inventory snapshot, table view. I can hide it. Right click and hide it. So I will go to here and click on table view. Now you see I can see the data in the table format. Inventory snapshot, click on the table view. I can go to the inventory snapshot table view. So what is the thing? Or you can also do it another way. We will see that in further session. Okay. Are we good till now? Making sense?
Yes, Sharath.
So we have a concept called as tooltip. Okay, we have a concept called as tooltip. What do I do here? Control C. Okay, I'll click on Control C. I will go to new page, go to format your visual and expand the page information, make it tooltip and turn this on and paste it. Whatever we did, I pasted it. Let me decrease the font size. Where is the font? Let me decrease the font size, make it 8. Okay. Make it 8. So let me remove this. So what do? I'll remove. So if I want to see, for example, I want to, when I hover over the information, when I hover over any visual, I want to see the next level of the data. How do I do that? We have a concept of tooltip. Okay. What do I need to do? I click on this visual, go to format your visual, click on the general. You have an option called as tooltip, enable this, and in the type report page, Okay, click on the page tooltip. When I click on the tooltip, if I hover over it, I will get the information. You see, for the year 2012, what is the total stock? For the year 2012, what is the total stock for antiviral? If I go to amoxicillin, okay, we haven't enabled. If we enable for all the visuals, we will get the next level of the data. That is tooltip. I can also get the next level of the data. For example, if I take this of year and month, in place of year and month, if I add some other thing, okay, I will also get it. So let me decrease this. Total stock, sold stock, returned stock, stock available. So total revenue. Okay. So total sales and revenue planning. So if you do not want to see, for example, let me remove the returned stocks. Okay. Or let me go to the canvas setting and let me increase the size. Tooltip. Let me go to the custom. So let me make it 300. Sorry, 300. Okay. I do not want this. Let it be the same. 240, but let me increase the width to 400. Okay, now I'm able to see it. Let me go to sales performance. If I hover over it, I will be seeing the complete information. Okay, the next level data, year, month, what is the revenue planning. Okay, this will be useful when we work on the sales agent. So if you want to see the data by sales agent, go to format your visual, general, expand the tooltip. If it is disabled, turn this on and you click on tooltip. If I hover over the sales agent, what is the sales agent information? I want to see the sales agent. So how much revenue planning? Okay, for 2012, it is 1,030.78 is the revenue planning. Okay, so this is what we have it with the tooltip. So what client explained? The client explained what is the main goal of the project is. So client expected us to find out the revenue that we have generated, that the pharma sales has been generated, the pharmaceutical industry has been generated. So what is the sold units? So what is the returned units? What is the stock available? And what is the revenue planning? So we are going to generate the we are going to generate the amount or the sales from the revenue planning. So from the stock available. So So the next thing, if you observe in the drugs table, okay, let me go to the table view and let's see in the drugs table. In the medicine table, what do we have? We have drug ID, we have drug name, category, manufacturer ID, and the important thing is that expiry date. So what do we have? So we have the expiry date. So one of the important column that we need to identify the information about the drugs, about the medicine. So what is the use of this drug? For example, we have the from the inventory, from the manufacturer. So the products are being manufactured. So each and every product has the expiry date. So what is the tricky thing here is that, so if you make that product last long for many days or many months or many years, so if you do not sell that product, which is been in the inventory for the long time, so you don't know which product is going to expire within how many months or how many days, and you are informing the inventory team, or the inventory team informed you someone did not identify anything about the products in the inventory, so it would be big loss to the company. So that whether you are going to manufacture the products, you want to restock the products or destock the products, or whatever the stock available, do you want to sell those products? So there are a lot of things with the supply chain team. So if this product is going to expire, or you have So these products are being sold out. So you need to inform the supply chain team, or the inventory team, or the inventory team informs the manufacturing plant, stating that so these products are getting uh, sold out. I mean, these many products are being sold out. So you need to manufacture again. So we do not have these products in the inventory. Can you please manufacture the drugs? So what does the manufacturer plant do? They reach out the supplier and they inform the supplier stating that, so can you please give these products raw material to us so that we are going to manufacture again. So that then from the manufacturer it gets into the inventory. From the inventory it goes to the end user. Whatever the region that we are selling, whatever the country that we are selling, then it goes. Okay. This is how the supply chain works. So now let us see, the client did not inform, the client did not mention anything about the expiry date. Now let us find what we can figure it out from the expiry date. Okay. So if you see, so we will go through another page called as drug shelf life. Okay. So we have 24 months. So I just categorized few things. So that is based on the stock available and the revenue planning. So this drug shelf life is based on the stock available and revenue planning. So what I did, so we will go through the expiry period. So expiry period from, okay, this expiry period from the current date. What is from current date? So from today, 26/2025, so which products are going to expire within 1 year, or within 24 months, or within 18 months? Okay. And the next thing is that we need to show the expiry flag. So in the table visual. So how do we show that? So if you see here, so how much products are, we need to show it in the table visual. Okay. So expiry within 24 months, expiry within 18 months, and expiry within 12 months. And we also need to go through expiry risk flag so that we can visualize the same information in the report in such a way that the client gets to know these many products are being getting expired within these many months. So this is what the stock available, and this is what the revenue available for the drugs. Okay. Now let us see how do we build that. Okay. Now let us see how do we build in here. So what I want to find out, I want to find out the difference between, I want to find out the expiry period. Okay. So right click, new column. So here, what do? I'll write expiry period. Expiry period equal to, so what is the function? What is the function that we use? We use date difference. So it takes date 1, comma date 2, comma interval. So in the date 1, I want to find it out from the current date to the future dates. So that in the date 1, I'll give the current date, and date 2, I'll give the expiry date. So in order to use the current date, for example, if I use 26/2025, but what is going to happen in tomorrow if the data is refreshed? So in order to automate that, we have a function called as today. Today is the function which takes today's date, and the next one is expiry date, comma, what is the interval that we want to find out? I want to find out the months because I will see it in the months. Now we have got that these drugs are being getting expired within 31 months and 14 months, 10 months, 38 months, 48 months. We have got the expiry period. So here what do? So I'll go for the next page. So I'll take the same sales performance, right click, duplicate, so that we will get the exact canvas. So here I'll delete this. Shift and select, shift and select, shift select, shift select. click on delete. That's well and good. We've got the same canvas background. So here what do? I'll make the changes to the drug shelf life. I'll rename this as drug hyphen shelf life. What is shelf life? So validity, expiry date, simple. So here also I'll name this as drug shelf life and click on enter. So what do I do now? I will take the expiry period. Yes, we received the expiry period, but I want to see. So if I go and I'll take the drug name. So I'll take a table, a bar chart. So here what do? I'll take the drug's name and expiry period. Not the expiry period. I'll go for from the pharma sales. I'll take the revenue planning. I'll take the revenue planning. So let us see how do we make it. Okay, let us see how do we make this. So in the filter, okay, in the filter, I'll expand the filter. Here in the filter, I'll add expiry period filter. So there are three things in here in the filter conditions. First one is advanced filtering. Second one is basic filtering. And third one is top N. So let me click on advanced filtering and I'll write less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. I will go for 24 months. For now, I will go for 24 months. So we will get to know these many drugs are going to expire within 24 months. For example, if I go for 18 months and click on apply. So we will get the 18 months products, 18 months drugs. If I click on 12 months and click on apply, so we will get the 12 months. So for now, I will go for 24 months. So I need to understand, I need to get to know about the drugs which are going to expire within 24 months. So I'll go to inventory, not inventory snapshot, sales performance. I'll pick the color from here. Okay. So I'll go to format your visual and click on the bars and I'll click on the color, click on the more colors and copy this hex code and go to the same shelf life and I'll paste it over here. Go to the bars, expand the colors and click on this. You see, we got the color. So go to general, effects, turn off the background. That's well and good. And come down, enable the visual border and make it 10. Okay, that's well and good. And enable the data labels so that we will get to know what is the revenue planning for these two. Okay, what is the revenue planning for by the drugs? So which is going to expire within. So I can write, I can give the title over here. Okay, I can give the title over here, which is auto. So I'll go for expiry. Okay, expiry within 24 months. 24 months. Expiry within. Expiry in 24 months. What happened? Where is the title? Oh, sorry. That is on the. That is for. So let me go for. Okay, let me redo this. Undo this. One more. One more. So let me click again. One more. Yes. Let it be. So this is not the x-axis, y-axis. So this is the main title. Okay. So here is the title. Expiry within 24 months or in 24 months. In 24 months or top drugs expiry. So I can also write top drugs expiry. So these drugs are going to expire within 24 months. Okay. Now let us see one more thing. So what I want to show? Okay, what I want to show here is, so I would like to show, or we need to show the stocks and the revenue planning side by side in a bar kind of a chart. So I want to show it by side. So do we have that? So let me check that. So let me remove this. Let me control C and control V. So I want to show it by side. So what I want to show revenue planning and also stock available. Yes, we are able to see the revenue planning. And so if you see, how you are able to see? So we are able to see the revenue planning and stock available side by side. Okay. So for this, the for what do you say for Talcapon? So the revenue planning is 12 and the stock available is 16,149. Okay. So let me go to visualization and let me go to the bars and I'll go for changing the color. So I'll change some color. I'll go here. I'll go for making the color changing into the light color. Stock available. I'll go here. I'll take 4. I'll go for some other. I'll change some light colors. Okay. I'll go for the light colors. Or I can also do it another way. I'll click on 3 dots, get more visuals. Click on get more visuals. So what do? I'll go for tornado chart where I can make tornado. I'll get the tornado. You see, click on this tornado chart, let it load and click on add. So we always see whether it is a PBI certified or not. Even if it is only PBI certified, we need to click on add. Do not get other visuals. So let me click on this again. Okay, or I'll remove this and here I'll click on this and I'll make it tornado chart so that I can see it in a perfect way. Now you see Tolkapan. So what is the revenue and what is the stock? So let me make it first one stock available and what is the revenue planning. So now we have achieved what we want to show here. Okay, top drugs expiry. So here, so we have this is so let me remove this. Let me remove the filter. So we missed one thing. So let me take this. So here, what do I do? In the place of drugs, I'll go for top N drugs. Okay, top N drugs. So I'll go for revenue planning. Okay, so I'll write top N. So what is the top N? So I want to see only top 10 drugs or top 20 drugs or top 30 drugs. So here, what do I do in the show items? I'll go for top items. I need to add by the value. Okay, I will write top 10 by value. So what is by value? I will add revenue planning into here and click on apply. So here, what do I get? I will get top 10 drugs. So here I'll go and I'll update the title. Okay, so top 10 drugs. So that is by revenue. So top 10 drugs by revenue. Okay, so here what do? I'll copy this. Now I'll go for writing. Now I will go for taking. So I'll remove this. So here I'll take the expiry date. So here I will take the expiry period. We already have the expiry period. Then I will go for less than or equal to 24 months. Less than or equal to 24 months. Now you see, so this is top 10 drugs. So top 10 drugs for the revenue, by revenue. So here this is for the expiry within 24 months. So let me change the title, where we have got S capital. So let me change drugs here. So here I'll go here. I will change it over here as expiry in 24 months. 24 months. Okay. So we have taken that. So what we did, so we have taken expiry within 24 months. Let me change the color of the bars. So let me get the light colors. Yeah, okay, let it be. Okay. So now let us see. So now let me increase this little bit. And let me increase this little bit. Okay. Now let us see what we can do the next step. So what I do here, I'll take a table visual. Okay. I'll take a table visual and I will add the information over here. So I'll add the category, drugs name. I will add the expiry period, expiry date. So make it expiry, just expiry date, not the hierarchy. And I will write the expiry period. So how much it is going to get expired, or let me take this off. So let me come down. Here I'll add what is the total, everything, some information. So let me take the total stock. Where is the, yeah, here it is the total stock. And I will take the sold stock, returned units, returned stock, returned stock, stock available, uh, stock available, and I'll go for total sales USD and revenue planning. Okay, here I'll go for total stock US, total sales USD. So let me make it just normal total sales. Okay. So what we did, we have added category, drug name, expiry date, total stock, how much stock available, sold stock, how much stock did we sell. So let me make this as comma separated. So sold stock, returned units, how many units are being returned, stock available, total sales, and revenue planning. So here I'll increase the font size, make it 14. Sorry, make it 12. Let it make it 13. Yeah. So now what do we need to do here is we need to make, so we need to highlight in the table visual, we need to highlight. So these stocks are being getting, what do you say? It is getting these revenue or these stocks are being, which is going to expire within 5 months or 6 months or 12 months, 18 months, and 24 months. So here, what do I do? I'll also add the expiry period. Where is that expiry period? Expiry period, I can directly add it over after the expiry date. After the expiry date, I'll add. So let me move this. Yeah, after expiry date, I can add expiry period. Okay. So now what do I need to do? I will write. So let us write one measure or one calculated column for making this, highlighting the sold stock or stock available and revenue planning. So let us write that. So how do we write that? So I'll take the revenue planning, or I'll take the expiry date, and I'll go for writing the query or the measure. So expiry risk flag, right click, new column. So here I'll write expiry risk flag. Okay. Expiry risk flag, okay, equal to shift enter. So here what I want to take the condition here is, okay, here what I want to take the condition here is we are focusing on the 24 months. The month expiry period less than or equal to 24 months, okay, and revenue planning we will take some dollars, $10,000 or $20,000, okay, and we will go for the flag, okay. For that, how do we do that? We will take if condition, okay, if the expiry date, okay, expiry period, okay, less than or equal to 24 months, okay, less than or equal to 24 months, and either I can take the and condition and double ampersand, or I can also go for and function, okay. And revenue planning greater than, okay, revenue planning greater than. So let me go for ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000 lakhs, okay. Let me go for $10,000, more than $10,000. Then here what I do, I will write I will write 1 comma 0. So I'm trying to create the flag. What is the flag I'm creating? If the drug expiry period less than or equal to 24 months, I mean the drugs less than 24 months, and the revenue planning is greater than $10,000. So what do? I have created this. So here we have a conditional formatting. If you remember, we have a conditional formatting. So click on this revenue planning, go to conditional formatting, click on the background color. Here, take the rules. What is the column name that we created? Expand it, we will get the column name. Expand all data. Expand all data. So it is expiry risk flag in the drugs. So it is called as expiry risk flag. So what I do, equal to 1, make it number and click on red color. Flag it as a red color and click on OK. Now you see, whichever the revenue planning greater than or equal to 10,000 and 24 months. How do I get to know 24 months? Let me make it sort it by the expiry period. Okay. And again, let me sort it by the expiry period. If you see the revenue planning, okay, greater than 10,000, the expiry period, let me come down. So which is less than or equal to 20. So these are, okay, these are less than or equal to 24,000. So that is 24 months. So that is the reason we have got. So it is getting highlighted within it, which are greater than $10,000. Okay, less than 24 months and $10,000. These are not, these are less than 24 months, but not more than $24. 24, sorry, $10,000. Okay, so this one you see, this one if you observe, so it is less than 24 months, the period, and the revenue planning is greater than $10,000. So now you see it is being highlighted in the red color. Okay, it is being highlighted in the red color. Let us also see for the stock available also. Let us also see the stock available. So let me go for, sorry, let us create one more thing. So from the same expiry risk flag, I will write Control C, right click, new measure, sorry, new column. Let me right click again, right click, new column, paste it. So here what I write in place of revenue planning, I will go for stock available. Stock available greater than or equal to 5. Just a second. Stock available, I can write here. So I will go for stock available 5,000. So let us go for 5,000. So here I'll go for 5,000 and click on enter. So it is risk flag stock. So here also what I do, stock available, click on this, conditional formatting, background color. So in the format style, click on rules, expand this. What is the field that you want to apply? So expand all data and expand the drugs and click on stock. Here, if the value equal to 1, make it number and click on the red color and OK. Now, if you see, these are all the stocks which are going to expire within 24 months and it is greater than 7,000, sorry, 5,000. So what is the threshold for the stocks? It is 5,000 units and the revenue planning more than 10,000. So the client gets to know that, okay, these stocks are being expired. It is getting expired within 24 months and the stock available is more than 5,000 units. So it is very dangerous for us. So I can also go for whether if it is 24 months, I will go for 10,000. Okay, so I'll go for 10,000. So which is greater than more than less than or equal to 24 months. No worries, we can go for 10,000. Okay, then again we need to create few more things. Okay, so what is the next one? 18 months. Next one, 12 months. There are three categories. First one is 24 months. Second one is 18 months. Third one is 12 months. So this is how we go for making the drug shelf life. Okay, so making sense, all of you? So I don't like this color. Pinky, pinky, ponky. I don't like the color. Okay, so we have created the top 10 drugs. Okay, these drugs are generating more revenue and these are the top drugs. So this is the information between the top drugs expiry, so which has the total stock available and the revenue that we need to generate $12,000, $12,980. So this is the drug. What is this drug? Furosemide and the stock available, and I'll also get to know the revenue planning. Okay, so these are all the information that we have it. So this is about the drug shelf life. Okay, any doubts till here? Any doubts? So we can also create more flags. Okay, how do I create? So here we have expiry risk flag. So I'll take one more, right click, new column, and I'll make this. I will create 18 months. Okay, expiry risk flag. So I'll go for flag 18 months. 18 months. Okay, same thing. I'll go for creating one more, right click, new column. So here what do I do? I'll go for 12 months. 12 months. So 12 months. Click on enter. So that whatever this is the condition. If the expiry period less than or equal to 12 months and revenue planning is greater than $10,000. So we created expiry risk flag 12 months. And also we also need to create the stocks also. Okay, this is 12 months stock, 24 months. 24 months. Next, we need to create, right click, new column. Okay, so here what do we do? 18 months. So here I'll replace 18 months. Okay, good. So again, right click, new column again, Control V, and I'll go for 12 months. 12 months and click on enter. So now you see, and we can change. For example, if you see 12 months, we can change the stock available greater than or equal to 5,000 for 12 months because it is only 12 months. So that is the reason I can change the stock available. Okay, 18 months, where is the 18 months? I can drag right side, where is the 18 months? So here I can go for 7,500. 7,500 less greater than or equal to 7,500. So, so here we have created all the flags where we can use the flags in the table format, in the table visual, so that the client will understand, okay, this is what these stocks are getting, these drugs are being, the stocks are available for these drugs. If you see here, expiry is January 2026. So it is 7 months and the stock available and the revenue planning is 9,500. Yeah. So I think we have completed most of the project information. So it's your turn to go through. We have created all the expiry flags. So what do? You try applying. So you go to, you take another page and you go for creating. So what do? Expiry within 18 months. The next page, within within 18 months. Within 18 months, 18 months, and create one more page within 12 months. And what do? You write here. So here in the shelf life, you create 3 buttons. Okay. Or let us do the same thing. Let me check that. Let us do the same thing. Let it be the top 10 drugs. So let it be the same thing. Here I'll go for changing expiry period less than or equal to 18 months. I'll explain one. You can work on other 24 months. 18 months and click on apply. Okay. So here I'll change the title within 18 months. Okay. And click on this. Go to visual. Go to add data to your visual. So here go to revenue planning, conditional formatting, background color. So here select rules and go for expand all data. Come down, expand drugs. And here we need to select expiry risk flag 18 months. And if it is equal to 1 and make it number, and then it is lighter color and click on OK. Okay. And the same thing for stock available. Click on conditional formatting, background color, and take the rules. In place of all data, expand the drugs. And here expiry flag within 18 months. And the same thing equal to 1, make it number and lighter red color and click on OK. Now you see we got stock available and we have got the data. So here what do? Here I'll create buttons. Okay. So here I will create buttons or navigation for 18 months, or what do? I'll create the buttons. Okay, better. I'll create the buttons, small buttons. So go to insert. After the insert, click on button, blank. And here I'll bring it down. So I'll make it go to shape, style, and enable the text. So here I'll write 18 months. 18 months, and make it bold and make it black, thick black, and come down and expand the action. So if you would like to click on glow, it will glow. Okay, it will glow. And enable the action and click on page navigation, and none is within 18 months. Okay. And if you click on 18 months, then we will get into 18 months, within 18 months. So what do? You create one more 12 months, 18 months, 12 months, and 24 months. Or you can go through. So here, what do? You click on back. You click on button again and click on left back, so that you will get into the previous page. Okay, if I click on this, then you will get into the previous page. This is back. And here also the same thing. You do the same thing. Click on. You create another page navigation 12 months, and click on. When you click on 12 months, then you get into 12 months, and create a back button. Click on the button, click on back, and bring it down. And when you click on the back button, then you will get into the back, or you can click on action back. You can go through page navigation. What is the page? The page is drug shelf life. Then whenever you click this, you will get into the drug shelf life. So this is the project, the complete project. So we are left with few concepts in the visualization. So what we required the client, from the client, we have got the requirement stating that. So if I apply the slicer in here in a single page, in the first page, or whatever the page I am in, if I apply the slicer, it should apply throughout all the pages. Okay, it should apply throughout all the pages. So if you see here category, so let me go to the visualization and increase the font size. So let me increase the font, make it 10, make it 10, and let me come down, and here also 10. Okay. So here if I click on category, okay. So let me go for antibiotic. So this page, it is getting filtered in this page. But what is our requirement? When I also go to the sales performance, it should also get reflected. So it is getting filtered. So here also it is getting filtered. Okay, I turned it on. So let me explain you that. Okay. So let me take this off. I think only one it is getting filtered. So let me go for manufacturer. Okay. Yes, it is getting. Did we discuss this concept? Sync slicer?
No.
Okay, let me explain you that. Sync slicer. So go to model, go to view, click on the sync slicer. Okay. So let me okay, let me take this off. Okay. For example, I have created in the first page itself, we have the slicers. So let me do the same thing over here in the here. Okay, let me increase the size so that you will be able to see it clearly. Okay, cool. So let me move it to left side. It will be on the same thing. Okay. For example, let me go to sales performance. Okay. I'm not able to see this. So let me go to view again. Sync slicer, enable the sync slicer. Let me remove this. Let me disable this. So if I take this off, we will not be able to see this. So I can also take this off. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here is, so if you want to apply, So if I click on a slicer in the first page, so this data should filter throughout all the pages. Okay, throughout all the pages. Let us see that. How do we do that? So let me click on category. Okay. So if I click on the sales performance, these are all the page names, sales overview, sales performance, whatever the pages that we create. So we get in the sync slicer. How do we enable the sync slicer? Go to view, click on the sync slicer. You see, click on the sync slicer, then it will be enabled. So if I click on category, antibiotic, okay, it is applied in the current page. It should also apply in the next page. It should also apply it in the other pages also. All the pages, throughout all the pages. Whatever we filter through the slicer, it should be reflected throughout all the pages. So what do? I will enable this sales performance. Okay. So let me enable inventory snapshot. Let me enable inventory. What is this? Table view. Let me enable drug shelf life. Okay. The other one is whether you want to see this, would you like to see this slicer or not? The one which you see, this is sync. Okay. Whichever page I tick, the slicer will be synced. Okay. If I go to sales performance, you see it is getting filtered. How do you get to know? So you hover over the funnel symbol on the visual. Yes, the category is antibiotic. Okay. Here the category is antibiotic. So here if you see the category is antibiotic. Yes, it is getting filtered. Inventory snapshot, if I go here and hover over it, yes, it is antibiotic. Okay. So here if I click on the category and I want to see it on, we do not have, if you see, we do not have the category slicer. If I go here and click on this category slicer, and if I turn this on and go to sales performance, now you see we are able to see the category slicer. If I go to inventory snapshot, we are not able to see the category. So let me go to sales overview and click on this category and click on the view and go to inventory snapshot. Yes, we are able to see the category. Go to table view. We are not able to see the inventory. So let me go here again, sales overview, click on this and check the boxes wherever we want to see the slicer. And the drug name also, check all the pages that we want to see and effect. Okay. This one is called as sync slicer. What is a sync slicer? When we want to apply, there are two things in here. The first one is syncing the slicer and the second one is visibility. You do not want to see the slicer in other pages, but you want to make it sync. Okay. What do? You disable this so that you will not be able to see this drug name. For example, if I go for some acetaminophen. Okay, if I click on this acetaminophen and if I go to other pages, okay, I will not be able to see the slicer, but it will be affected. You see, the drug name is acetaminophen. And the same thing over here. If I click on this filter, yeah, drug name is the same thing. But I'm not able to see the slicer over here in this page. What we did, we clicked on the drug name and we said we do not want to see it. If I click on this drug name, okay, I want to see this, visible this, and I can go to sales performance. Yes, I'm able to see the drug name. If I go to inventory snapshot, yes, I'm able to see the drug name. If I go to inventory snapshot table, yes, I'm able to see the drug name. Shelf life, yes, I'm able to see the drug name. Now you see it is getting filtered. Throughout all the pages, it is getting filtered. So this concept is called as sync slicer. Okay, this concept is called as sync slicer. Let me click on this. Yes, I'm able to see all the data. Click on this, click on the drug name. Yes, I'm able to see. I want to sync, I want to see. Manufacturer, yes, I want to sync, I want to see. Region, click on region. Yes, I want to sync and see. sync and see, visible, sync and see. Click on the category. We are not able to see this. Let me click on this. Drug name, click on this, and we will also see this. Okay. And click on the eraser. We will not be able to see this. Click on the eraser. We will not be able to see this. So the next one is, okay, let me take this off. Go to view, go to the, let me check, insert. So we have buttons. Okay, now let us discuss about the buttons. So the next one is, we have an option called as apply all slicer, clear all slicer. Okay, let me click on this. Apply all slicer. Okay, apply all slicer. So for example, we do not want to apply this instantaneously. Okay, I will check the slicer. I will check the slicer here again. I will click the slicer. But if you see not yet, so what is the thing? Not yet applied. You see, not yet applied. So if I go here also, focus mode, not yet applied. I am selecting. I do not want to apply the slicers instantaneously, spontaneously. Until and unless I click on apply all slicers, now you see it is getting applied. Okay, so it is getting applied. Let me click on this again. Okay, so we have one more option called as insert. Click on the buttons. We have one more option called as clear slicer. Okay, let me put it onto here and click on clear slicer. Okay, now you see. So let me minimize this little bit so that we will be able to see apply slicer and clear all slicers. You see, apply slicer and clear all slicer. So I can select multiple slicers. Okay, I can select drugs, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, and I can click on apply slicer. And if I click on clear all slicers, it will be cleared. Okay, this is apply all slicers and clear all slicers. Let me click on the button again. So we also have the page navigator. Okay, bookmark navigator. So what do? I will right click and duplicate the page. Okay, so I'll bring this right click again, move to the beginning, to the front. I can also move it to the front. Okay, so what do? I will remove all this. Okay, I will remove all this. Select all, Control A, and remove this. Okay, I'll go for Pharma Sales dashboard. So let me make some arrangements. So here I'll go for insert. Click on the buttons again. Navigator. Let me go for page navigator. Okay, page navigator. I just want to see it one by one. Okay, I'll go to shape, rectangle, not the rectangle. I'll go for. So I'll change the color. I'll change the view. Okay. Rotation. Let me go for the rotation. No, let me go through the style. So here I can see, not the style. So pages, let me go to the pages. Show, if you want to see all the pages, you can see the pages. Grid layout, let me go through the grid layout. So let me go for vertical. Okay, let me go to the vertical so that I can see the pages. Okay, so that I can see, I can have the pages. I can go through here. Let me click on this. Okay, let me go to the general. So here, let me go to the effects. Okay, so visual border shadow, let me click on the shadow. Okay, let us have the shadow. So what I'm trying to do here is I'll get some. So what I'm trying to do here, so there is no need of going through all the pages. So from here, I can go through all the pages. So for example, if I want to go for sales overview, if I click on sales overview, then I'll get into the page navigation, sales overview. Now I want to directly go to drug shelf life. I can click on the drug shelf life. I can go to the last page. Okay. So let us get the logo. Okay. Medicine, medicine. For example, we want to add something, the good one. Okay. So I want to add, okay, which looks good. So let me save the image, the download. So background image. Okay. So here I'll go. So here I'll insert image, go to download, background image, click on it. Okay. I'll get it. You see, I have got something over here. Okay. So that I can click on this sales overview. So I'll get into that page. Again, I'll go here, inventory snapshot. I can get into that page. Okay. So I can give the title Pharma Sales Dashboard. The title, let me go to text box, Pharma Sales title. Click on this and increase the font size. Okay. So let me put it over on the top. Let me put it on the top, make it center, make it center. And let me click on this and go to background. So where is the background? Expand effects. And here, what do we do? Turn this off. Now, if you see, we have got the pharma sales. Okay. Pharma sales dashboard, and we have selected the image. Okay. Does it look good? All of you making sense? Okay. So we can go for any style. If you want to make any shape or any style rectangle. If you want to go for pill, you can go for pill, making the changes, the color, the rounded parallelogram. If you can also go for heart, but doesn't look good. Pentagon arrow. Okay, you can have this arrow. Arrow looks good, I think. Okay. So rotation, let me come down to the rotation. So let us go through the style. Default hover, or let me go for the press. Okay. So let me click on this again. Style, make it horizontal. Yeah. Font color, I can go for font color. I can change the color of the font. So what happened? Let me go to the default. So let me come down. Fill color. Okay, if you would like to fill anything, any color, we can fill. If not, there is no need of it. So let me go to the font color. So let me make it bold. Yes, we have got bold. Click on sales overview. So whenever we are trying to click on, okay, hover over it. So we can select hover. I mean, you can go to the shape again, not the shape, rotation style. Yeah. So you can also make it hover. Okay, you will get some coloring. Click, okay, press or selected. Selected will be highlighted. You see, the selected, whatever the selected we have it, it gets highlighted. Pharma sales overview. Okay. Fill, if you would like to fill anything, you can fill it. No, I do not want to fill it. Let us go with the same color. Shadow, or if you would like to glow, you can glow it accent bar. Let us see what do we get. You see accent bar on the, you can also go glow color. You can also change the glow color if you would like to. Position left, right, right side, you will get it on the right side. Bottom, you will get it on the bottom. So this is what width you can increase. You see the width is getting increased. So this is what the whole project is all about. So let us see what do we have, any other information that we have it. Navigation, yeah, we have discussed. Shapes, yes, we have discussed. So the next concept is, modeling view. So let us go through the next concept is sales overview, sales performance. Right click and duplicate this. Or do we have any other information? Okay, right click, duplicate this. For example, if I click on this, okay, it is getting filtered. The data is getting filtered. If I click on this antiviral, it is getting filtered. Okay, that's well and good. For example, if I click on category, okay, it is getting filtered. No, for example, I do not want to apply, whenever I filter from the slicer, I do not want to apply this, the visuals to get changed. Okay, the visuals to get changed. So click on the category, click on any visual. Okay, click on this visual, go to format. We have an option called as edit interaction. Okay, so what do we have in the edit interaction? The first one is filter and the next one is none. Okay, the first one is, the first symbol is filter and the next one is none. So how do we see? Yeah, if you see filter and the next one is none. Okay, so here what do I do? We are not able to see it correctly. Let me pull it down so that you will be able to see it clearly. Okay, let me click on this visual, go to format, edit interaction. Okay, the first one is filter. Let me pull it down here. Let me click on this. The first what do we have? Highlight, filter, highlight and none. For example, if I click on this visual, it is getting filtered. If I click on the none, it will not be filtered. If I click on the none, it will not be filtered. If I click on the none, okay, if I click on this none, it will not be filtered. If I click on filter, it will be filtered. Okay, this is edit interaction. For example, let me click on this category, and if I click on the antibiotic, it is getting filtered. Okay, so here what do? I click on edit interaction, click on the none. Okay, click on the none. If I click on, okay, it would be like very good if I click on this and click on the none. Click on antibiotic. Now you see it is not getting filtered. The first two visuals are not getting filtered. The third one is getting filtered. The fourth one is also not getting filtered because it is none. If I click on filter, now you see it is getting filtered.